I'm sorry. I don't have anything better than killing each other for a loaf of
Killing
bread.
for bread. Killing for bread sounds like a good rock band name.
Sounds like a Budgie album. Killing for bread. All right. Let's see. Next band I'm gonna go with is man. Since some of the other good ones were taken, I'm gonna go with the Rolling Stones and kind of go with a British theme for my first two picks.
There you go.
You know, I think obviously they've been on tour 100 years, but they used to actually be interesting on tour. So, I mean, if you go back 30, 40 years, they're actually a pretty cool band.
I heard they're very good live.
Oh, yeah.
I saw them a few years ago in Columbus when they came around here to Pittsburgh, but we were gone for that date. And me and my wife went to Columbus to go see them. And I mean, as far as the show goes and the crowd and stuff, it was pretty amazing. They were at Ohio State University, so
wow,
it was a huge crowd. It was a lot of fun.
I was just going to ask if it was a stadium because I remember them playing. I think it was Three River Stadium. I don't know if they've ever played Heinz Field, but I know they played Three River Stadium back in the day.
No, they played at Heinz. That was a tour. That was a tour probably 5-6 years ago or something.
Oh wow,
they were here, but.
And did they sell out?
If it wasn't, it was pretty close, I think. I'm not sure if it's sold out. Some of those upper deck seats kind of get left alone, you know?
Yeah.
Way up high usually, but.
Yeah, the boomers don't like to get up that high.
I've
it's hard on their hips.
I'm very proud to say that I've been to a couple Taylor Swift concerts and they were sold out. Those were stadium concerts.
Proud of that?
Well, hey, you gave me crap for that before, Mark, but no.
Before I realized it was for your daughter.
Right? Yeah. I've been to a couple One Direction concerts. One of them was sold out in the wherever the Patriots play in Foxborough, and then toward the end of their popularity, it was in Pittsburgh, and they couldn't not even sell out half of Heinz Field, and they just gave everybody they just brought everybody down from the upper levels and just made everybody go down on the lower levels. Like I said, just want everybody in one place to, at least we were all together. Anyway, Kyle, you're next.
I think so far it's been great choices. I've had a bunch of lists of bands written down and keep checking names off because you guys are all taking good options. So I think this is going to be close. Maybe something that separates myself is going to be this pick. Getting to pair with Zeppelin is Pink Floyd.
Nice.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, man.
The laser show guys.
Well,
yeah.
Every time you see a laser show, it's Pink Floyd or Zeppelin.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
So first off, their budgets could coincide. You can use a lot of the same lasers. So
there you go. It's economical. I like it.
Yeah.
Keep the ticket prices down.
All right. And Kyle, this is your final pick. Now we're into the third round.
So one thing that I've been thinking is, okay, we've got a lot of older bands here, 70s, 60s bands, I guess Queen and Metallica, that kind of gets into the 80s, 90s. But I wanted to kind of take it a little bit further into the 21st century with this next band and kind of have a better mix and just a better overall balance, hoping, because this is a competition, right? I want to win this. I want to get the most votes. So I'm hoping that Zeppelin, Floyd, and this next band could really help me, and that is Radiohead.
Okay.
I think for more of a modern rock audience, I think they'd be really cool. And again, laser shows, and it's progressive rock, so it's kind of similar aesthetic to Pink Floyd, but a lot more electronic even, which it's weird to say more electronic than Pink Floyd, but I think Radiohead is sort of the perfect 21st century band. So
okay, I need to ask something because I've actually seen Radiohead in concert. I saw them in the 90s, and they opened for REM. And at the time, Radiohead was an afterthought, but REM was the big, huge thing. What happened to REM? Or maybe my brain was skewed because my girlfriend at the time loved REM so much. But I would have thought REM would have been much bigger now. They're basically an afterthought now. Now Radiohead is the more highly considered band. But I don't know. What happened to REM? Did they just was it just a fad or something?
Well, I think they aged out. I mean, from what they were doing.
They stopped doing stuff. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of like,
fizzled out, I guess.
they're like, you know what? I can go count my money.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to do that.
Plus, didn't the drummer have some sort of a health issue?
Oh,
I wasn't planning on talking about REM, but I'm reaching back into my memory.
I believe so. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. I guess it hurts that you basically stop. You stop doing anything that that hurts your notoriety. But
it's always the band you don't want to stop that stops.
Right. It's
like the Dave Matthews Band will just go on for an eternity. I'd like for them to stop.
Hey.
Ouch.
We'll be hearing.
I like them. I like Dave Matthews. I think he's pretty awesome. We'll
be
band.
hearing Imagine Dragon songs until the year 2059, and they'll still be doing stuff. So yeah, I hear you there. All right,
I think
Brad.
with the Radiohead, where they separated themselves from REM is that they continued to experiment and kind of push things further, and they really haven't stopped, right? They're always looking for new sounds, new ways to incorporate visuals into their music videos. So I think that's curious to see what they'll do next.
Not to say that REM was a one-trick pony, but they basically had their thing, and then it's just like
but
let's just stop.
They did Shiny Happy People, and people quit caring.
That you nailed it. That's it. After Shiny Happy People. There's no use continuing, and there's no use. I'm surprised the entire genre of rock music just ceased after that.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe that was the decline of rock and roll.
That could be. That's the other day the music died.
Well, if that's your answer to grunge, then yeah, you're probably gonna fizzle out.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, Nirvana. Where do you hear this?
Yeah, Shiny Happy People.
Shiny Happy People.
I think even they regretted that. I think they're
that
like,
song?
oh man, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, they regretted it like Billy Squire regretted that music video where he was dancing all over.
Yeah. All right, Brad. What's your last pick?
My last pick. I'm gonna kind of get away from the whole British thing and go back to a classic American band, Alice Cooper. Now, damn it, if there's a band I want to see live, that's Alice Cooper having his head chopped off and still singing.
Yeah,
that's the kind of show I want opening up for the Rolling Stones and the Beatles.
There you go.
I want the Johnny Appleseed of bad taste. Yeah. Huh?
When did he have his head chopped off?
What? Like, not for real? Like on the stage?
Now I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying, Brad.
Yeah. It wasn't a one-time thing.
It was a magic act or something.
Basically.
It was during his Doug Henning phase.
I thought Ozzy Osbourne bit it off. He thought it was a
bat.
There you go.
He thought it was a bat. Well, there was the one time Alice Cooper threw a chicken into the audience and somebody ripped it apart.
No way.
Yeah.
And they claimed that they ate the chicken or something.
Wasn't Alice Cooper in Wayne's World?
Yes, he was. And he talked
about Milwaukee or something.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, and he's like
that's great.
Yeah, and he's like super right wing. He likes golf.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an enigma himself.
Yeah, he's the complete opposite of what he is on stage.
Which is pretty interesting if you think about it.
He's been doing it so long that like the thing where he's this badass rocker but actually a cool guy. That's like that was like 20 years ago. It's like he's only 71. Wow.
Well,
still doing stuff too.
He looks 171.
Rough early years, probably.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you put up that much makeup.
Yeah,
I mean, anybody
chop your head off every night. I mean,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that'll eat.
It keeps you young.
Yeah.
Wow, his real name is Vince. What's up? What's up, Vince?
Hey, Vince.
Vince
Why do you
Cooper.
stick with Vince?
Yeah.
Vince Cooper.
Hey, Vinny
Vince
Cooper. Hey, forget about it. Anyway, okay, Mark, what's your final pick?
Alrighty, let's see. Gosh, so many bands that are all in the same kind of category here for me, but I want to snag this band because it's one of my favorites, especially back in the day. But Guns N' Roses.
Nice.
Nice one.
I've been a fan of theirs, and the last tour I saw them, man, they were even good.
Did you
Last
see them
time.
when they played Pittsburgh
Yeah,
years ago? Man, I regret not going to that. I
saw
wish I
them
would have gone.
there. I saw them there, and then the following summer they were in Hershey, and me and my wife decided to make the trip there. We're like, we'll go. Why not? We like going to Hershey. We'll go to La Park too and stuff, and make a weekend out of it. Man, they played I think they ended up playing over 3 hours, and they
Wow.
added like 5 more songs or 4 more songs, and it was just unbelievable. It's in the middle of summer. I'm sweating my ass off. I mean, it was just insanity.
And when I think of them playing live, I think of that disaster, and I believe it was Montreal when they were playing, when they were touring with Metallica, and James Hetfield got burned on the pyrotechnics,
fire.
and they asked him to come on early and play extra. They're like, no, and they caused a riot. And now they're playing extra. Now they're playing 3 hours.
Now I'm glad they're not doing that kind of crap now anymore.
And wasn't there also like a riot in St. Louis on the same tour?
I'm assuming.
Probably.
Yeah, there was one where he got in a fight with somebody in the audience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think someone took a picture or something he didn't like, so he went in and he said go out into a fight, and then security pulled him off. They got off stage and left. And
man, talk about wasted money. They went like 10, 15, 20 years without touring?
Oh, they made a ton on those last couple of years on that Not in This Lifetime tour. They made a ton of money.
Yeah.
Good for them, I guess.
Well, the real interesting part is how much Axl Rose seems to have mellowed out.
Oh, yeah. He used to be such a it seemed like his mind was all over the place. I heard he needed like psychologists to go on the road to be able to go out and perform in front of people and stuff like that. And I was at the concert there. It was when Buckethead played for them, but they were at the Civic Arena, and it ended up being a really, really good show. But he was like 2 hours late. They had this DJ playing, and you can only, it's heavy metal, hard rock fans. You can only have like a DJ playing, remixes of Rob Zombie for so long before people get like kind of feisty. And he came out and played till 1, which I think they're supposed to only play till like midnight, at least some sort of noise thing in the city or something. But they must have paid the fine. They played till 1, and it ended up being good, but. That might have been one of the problems that night. I don't think he might have had some stage fright or something.
That's what Metallica did.
Weird. But...
when we just saw them a few months ago, instead of having an opening act, they said they're going to start at like 7 or something like that, and instead they just did nothing for an hour and then just came an hour late. Like you could have had an opening act. You could have had, I'm sure the Greta Van Fleet kids weren't doing anything at the time. I'm sure.
Been happy to get that exposure.
They could have escaped whoever was babysitting them. Anyway, okay. So I have the final pick, and before I make the final pick, here's some of the ones that we didn't pick. The Who.
There's a bunch out there.
Bruce Springsteen. I heard he's good if you like him.
I was thinking of him just because I've seen him live a few times, and I know he's very polarizing.
How about Van Halen? Has anyone seen Van Halen live?
I haven't, no.
I did recently, and it was fun, even though David Lee Roth he's a shadow of his former self. But
yeah.
But they still sounded good, and Eddie Van Halen's guitar solo was worth it. Yeah.
I'll bet in their prime they would have been awesome live.
Oh yeah, in their prime.
Oh yeah.
How about Aerosmith? That would be interesting.
That's another
live.
good one.
Kiss, one of the greatest live bands ever. I'm not a Kiss fan, but I mean that's something. Pearl Jam. Another one.
Pearl Jam's pretty good live too. I saw them.
If you like Eagles, Eagles would have been a good one. I think.
Eagles, yes.
I was thinking about them.
That would have been
I had them on my list too.
But I am gonna go with AC/DC, and I've actually seen them
very
live.
Oh, that's good.
That was yeah, they're really good live. So, all right, so here